The book of Genesis ends with a scene that we are far too familiar with in our lives. Israel dies, and so Joseph's brothers get scared. They think, uh-oh, Joseph is going to get revenge now that our father's dead. So they make up this story about Israel saying that Joseph needs to be nice to his brothers, and they bring it to Joseph, and Joseph starts crying again. And he says, "Don't be afraid, brothers. Am I in the place of God? You have nothing to be afraid of. I'm going to take care of you and your family. I am going to continue to love you. Leave the past in the past." How many times does our past show up in our everyday? I mean, I don't even know that we can fully grasp how often the things in our past affect what we do every day. There are things in our past that cause situations that we're in now to be a lot worse than they should be. There are things that we hold on to from our past that make us mad. There are things that we have in our past that shouldn't be normalized, but we've allowed them to be normal. What good is it to hold on to trauma from our past? Some things are harder to let go of than others. Some things are very difficult to let go of. I mean, think about Joseph. His brothers threw him in a pit. He thought he was going to die, and then they sold him into slavery. And then think about everything that happened to him in Egypt after that. But Joseph was able to just say, look, I'm done with the past. The past is in the past. Yeah, it shaped my present, and it's going to affect my future, but I'm leaving it in the past. I'm not going to live in the past. I'm not going to live with that pain. I'm not going to live with that frustration. I'm not going to live with that anger. It's gone. I'm done with it. Let's have a good today. And then tomorrow we can start working on having a good tomorrow. When Jesus came to die for our sin, he paid the price for all the pain in our past. If we live in our past and get frustrated with things that we did in our past or things that happened to us in our past, then we are going to miss out on the goodness of God today. We're going to get upset when we shouldn't. We're going to get frustrated when we shouldn't. We're going to get sad when we shouldn't, instead of enjoying the joy that Christ gives us. We get to live in perpetual joy because of what Jesus did for us. We get to live in confidence. We get to go into any situation knowing that we are going to do the very best that we can, and God is going to take care of the rest. We can face storms knowing that God is going to protect us. God will always take care of us. So why do we worry about what happened in the past? We can't be like Joseph's brothers. We've got to be like Joseph and acknowledge that God has worked everything out for our good. And then just keep moving on, knowing that God is going to continue to work everything out for our good. That's what stands out to me as we end the book of Genesis with chapter 50. Come back tomorrow and we will start the book of Philippians.